Hi guys, welcome to part 2 of the RoboDolf project, and today we're going to work on the battery box. So, batteries need boxes, and this particular battery that you're looking at is a set of batteries. These are Lithium Iron Phosphate batteries. They are really cool, and they're here. So these batteries are going to be mounted to this whole chassis system that's going to look really cool and high tech once all the electronics equipment is on it. And they are going inside of a Pelican case. So they're going to look even cooler. And today we are going to make some aluminum parts for the whole thing, and we're going to start putting it together. So we have this aluminum sheet that we're going to cut out one of the panels that's going to mount on top of the batteries. And we're going to use the CNC machine to do that. So here's a super simple part that we're going to make, and here is the computer simulation of the CNC cutting. The piece of aluminum is mounted securely to the table, and it's not going to move. So I can load up the G code that the CNC machine runs on, hit the start button, and have it cut it for me. So here is our part that's cut out by the CNC machine, and now we can go assemble it. Cool. The mid-level deck is complete, and that's this guy that we just cut. And all the bolts go through really nicely because I am an excellent engineer. And it's time to work on the top-level deck. And the top-level deck is a little more complicated because this thing is going to be going inside of this Pelican case, and I want the top level deck to be flush with the lip of the Pelican case. And I'm not sure, I mean, I measured to the best of my abilities, but I'm not 100% on whether or not my design is going to work. So instead of cutting it out from this nice expensive aluminum, I'm going to first cut it out of wood, test fit it, and then when it works, cut it out from the actual metal. So let's go ahead and cut this guy out of wood. Here is the finished top panel piece, and now I'm going to take it out and pull out this part. You see there's like tabs there, and a screen goes in here. It's gonna look really cool. And clean up these edges, and then give it a test fit. And then this, this is really nice because this is MDF wood that cuts like butter. And I can crank this out super quick and then modify the panel however I want. And then when it's set and everything's final, I can cut it out of metal. And I don't waste anything. Here you can see the majority of the parts that are going to be going into this whole battery assembly. And the batteries fit good. So I'm going to take them off because they're really heavy, and then I'm going to build up the system using the new panel part we made and see how it fits. So, now that this is in place, I'm going to go ahead and do test fits on the components. This is going to be a monitor that's going to give us information about the batteries. That fits awesome. This guy is the main disconnect switch, and it is massive because it has to handle 200 amps of DC current, which is a lot. This is the main on button. This is a light. This is a button that flips a page on this screen. And that's it. That's pretty much the majority of the components. So now I can look at this, and I actually got a couple of holes wrong in terms of size, and I just made them bigger with my drill, but I can just change the file on the computer, and when I cut it out of metal, I'll have it right the first time. Okay, so we have this guy, and he's gonna go in here. And I've already drilled mounting holes inside of this case that this whole assembly bolts to. So now the trick is to see if I got the shape right. Oh, it's cool. So, check this out. It looks pretty good. I'm happy with this. There's a little bit of gap, but that's okay because I could fill that in with a neoprene gasket. And it's good to have like gaps like that, so when it's being shipped and it moves around, it's not being stressed, and it'll move a little bit and nothing will break. So let's see if the lid actually closes. Oh, sweet! That's cool. And that's it. And that's the whole battery system. So what I'm going to do next is cut the thing out of metal, and also I have to fit all of the actual electronics in there, the wiring. There's a lot of stuff that has to be done. And this whole case is going to be connected to all the other systems, all the electrical systems on the boat. So this is very much just the first step. But it's getting there. Thanks for watching, and next up is going to be some fabrication of the tower and lots of electronic stuff. So thank you.